Hi, I'm Chef Tammy Brawley from the Green Kitchen. Welcome to Heart of the Home. I'm going to be working with a very nice ingredient today that I love, and that is rhubarb. It's kind of an obscure ingredient. A lot of people don't know how to work with it. It is technically a fruit, believe it or not. It is grown with these big, bright leaves on top. One thing you need to remember, it's very important, is that the leaves are definitely poisonous. You don't want to ever use those. So we're going to actually be cutting that top off and chopping it for what we're doing today. This mostly grows in better altitude climates, such as Southwest Virginia, and it is often paired with strawberries. I'm sure you've heard of strawberry rhubarb pie. Definitely absolutely delicious. But today we're going to do a strawberry rhubarb salsa with a grilled skirt steak. I've got a piece of skirt steak here, and the recipe that you'll see actually calls for London broil. London broil and flank steaks, they're a little thicker, they're a little tougher. Whether you use skirt or either of those cuts, you definitely want to marinate it. But the skirt steak doesn't take as long. And what is in here is some cumin, salt and pepper, and some oil, and some apple cider vinegar. I've already got my grill pan warming up over here, and this won't take very long, as you can imagine. Anything bigger is always going to take longer to cook. A London broil and a flank is always going to take longer, but a skirt is not going to take very long. And we're going to throw it on the grill, then we're going to make that delicious salsa. I'm going to grab a pair of tongs here. All right, our grill pan needs to be nice and hot, no matter whether you do it outside on your grill or inside. But the other thing that's pretty important about grilling a red meat is have it at room temperature. And this has been at room temperature for a while. If it was cold and we try to put it on the grill, it's going to immediately stick, and you're going to lose pieces of the meat when you try to turn it. So you want to have it at room temperature, and we're going to pull it out here, and we're going to put it right on the grill pan. Nice little sizzle there. I actually do have it on kind of a high temperature, and we're going to leave it. The last thing you want to do is try to start turning it. A lot of people get what we call flip happy, and a lot of people step right back to it and they start trying to move it. You want to let it go. You don't want to touch it. You want to kind of have it release on its own. So we're going to let that go for about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or so, and we're going to put together this salsa that I love. I have some diced rhubarb here. Now for this particular recipe, you do want to go ahead and blanch the rhubarb in some hot water and then run cold water over it. It just kind of softens it up a little bit, which is how a salsa should be. So we're just going to add the diced rhubarb that I've already blanched. We're going to add about a half a cup of strawberries. We have some purple onion, red onion. You know it's purple. I don't know why we call it red. But anyway, so we're going to have some onion in here. We've got some diced jalapeno. Now, and when it comes to pepper, a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of people think that the spice from peppers come from the seeds. The spice actually comes from the vein that hold those seeds. So if you don't want a lot of spice, I'd highly recommend that you take out that vein along with the seeds. But if you are a spice fan, then use the entire thing. We're going to start to stir that up. Got a nice little green color going on there with the jalapeno alone. And we're going to add about a quarter cup or so of chopped cilantro. Oh, this is smelling good just like it is. And then we've got a little bit of lime juice. And we're going to use agave, which is from the plant, not from the bees, but you can certainly use a honey if you'd like. A little bit of sweetness in there. Stir that up. Isn't that the most beautiful color? Look at that. Love that. And we're going to hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, stir that up. Well, I think I might have to taste this before the steak is ready. Yummy, fabulous. All right, we can come back over and check our steak just to see. The thinner end is certainly releasing on its own. So is the thicker end. Because my grill pan was at the right temperature and it's nice and hot, it's time to flip. Getting those beautiful grill marks on the other side. So that needs to go about 5 more minutes before it is ready. Stay with us. All right, so our steak has been grilling for probably for about 5 minutes. Now, it's always important that you let your meat rest on a cutting board, let the residual heat continue the cooking if necessary, but it's also just important that it just continues to seal the juices. So this is resting here, and then we've got this beautiful salsa that I did taste earlier, and I love it. It is important that you slice against the grain. Skirt steak, basically the grain, if you want to look at it from this angle, it's kind of like a noon to 6. Well, we actually want to slice it the other direction. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut it in half in the middle. It is still kind of rare in the middle there, which I personally love. And we're going to turn it around, and we're just going to get nice thin strips. And the thing of it is if it's too rare for you or your guest, don't worry about it. You can always throw these back either on the grill, these pieces, or into a saute pan. Saute pan really does not take very long, and it would get more up to the temperature that perhaps your guest would like. This, to me, is somewhat perfect, maybe a little rare. But we're just going to keep slicing. And I think I might be better off with the tongs for that. I love skirt steak. It comes from close to the belly of the cow. It's my favorite cut, which is why I chose this today over the London broil and the flanks. The London broil and the flanks, they're all right. They're just, they tend to be a little tougher, whereas a skirt steak offers a little bit more fat, and fat is flavor. Yep, these other pieces on this end were closer to a medium rare, whereas that fatter end was closer to a rare. And we're going to plate these on our beautiful platter here. Get that cut a little bit more. Here we go. And then we're going to top it with that gorgeous salsa. And keep in mind, it was just a very simple oil, red apple cider vinegar, and a little cumin on that steak. Did not marinate for very long, maybe about a half an hour or so. I wouldn't want it to go more than that, really. Look at that gorgeous color. There you have it. A grilled skirt steak with a strawberry rhubarb salsa, nice and crunchy in those the fruits there. I'm Chef Tammy Brawley from the Green Kitchen. Join us next time on Heart of the Home.